Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slimothy TV. In this video, I have a super unique product. I gotta give a big thank you and shout out to Dio for sending these out free for review. These should be one of the coolest speakers on the market today. These are Wi-Fi speakers, not Bluetooth speakers. And I think that is going to make this one of the most unique and cool speaker reviews that we've done. Now, opening up the box here, it says welcome to Dio on the box. And the cool thing is they've printed all of these instructions on the box itself, which feels pretty premium, to be honest with you. Most companies are not doing it like this, but let's go ahead and continue this unboxing experience and see what we've got. So we've got the user manual here. We might have to take a look at that since this is a little bit different than the average speaker. And here we have packaged very nicely, 1, 2, 3 speakers. Now the cool thing about this is that I believe you can add on as many as you want once you get these. You can get a 3-pack now and you can get a 5-pack later, and you can connect them all together if you want. At least that's what I understand at this point. You guys can probably tell I'm pretty excited to try these out, but let's continue the unboxing experience and just see what we've got. Looks like we have a power adapter for each one. Nothing else in that box and nothing else in this box. We do have a silica packet for the trolls. Let's go ahead and scan this code and get started. So here's what we got with everything unboxed. We got 3 power adapters, and it looks like these are the barrel type. So they're proprietary, but you could probably find these online if you did break one. They're not USB-C, which is the first thing I noticed. So you can weigh that if you think that's a good or a bad thing, but this is the way it is. And these promise to have a very simple setup. So I'm gonna plug in one of these and we're gonna see how easy it is to set up. So let's do that right now. So here we go. I'm gonna cover up the serial number. I'm just going to plug it in here. And we do have a light blinking now. According to the instructions, I need to wait for this white light to blink red, and then I should be ready to pair it up. And there we go. It took, what, maybe 30 seconds to start blinking red. And now while this is still blinking red, I do see in my Wi-Fi settings, it says set up AirPlay speaker. So I'm gonna click on that. And this is pretty cool. It looks like I can set it up on this network or another one, enter a password if I want, but I'm going to go ahead and go through with this AirPlay setup. It is now joining the network, and there we go. The light stopped flashing red. It says it is connected, and we are done. That was so easy. Now that almost seems too easy, so I'm just going to test this out and just try playing a song just to see. So I'm in Spotify right now. I'm just gonna click on AirPlay, and there it is right there, Dio. So I'm gonna click on that, and just like that, it is playing through this speaker. That is so easy. I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest up and see if it's just as easy or if there's anything else that we have to do. All right, guys, as you can see, the second one is now blinking, and it showed up here, so it's super easy. Yep, exact same screen here. I'm just gonna click next. All right, and that one is now connected. You guys can actually see it says 2 speakers. So both of these speakers are now paired together automatically. All I had to do was check mark the other box, and I now have both speakers paired up. I'm gonna get this third one going, and we're gonna try that out as well. Now, obviously I had to turn the volume down because I don't want a copyright strike. I'm getting the third one ready here, but you can see up at the top, I can see 2 speakers, which means it's going through AirPlay speakers. And if you have an iPhone with the dynamic island like this, you can just click on that at any time and go straight into the song and easily manipulate it from there. Or you can just pull down like this and you can see them both right here. You can click, it will show both of the speakers here, or you can switch it to another input source. This is easier than Bluetooth, which is crazy to say. And just like the others, this one is now online. So let's go ahead and click on that one. Exact same process here. Just click next on this AirPlay setup. And there we go. All 3 of them are now synced up and playing right now. I'm going to do some test audio as well, just to get some ideas on this. But you can see the blue light over there by my left thumb. That means that they are all in sync and playing. So here they are all lined up. And at first I was like, man, it would be nice if these were truly wireless without these cables. But honestly, if these had batteries in them, that would be a pain in the butt. So I am actually glad that these are wired speakers. You can just set them up around your house. And according to their manual here, you can actually add an unlimited amount of them. So you could just keep buying them, put them all around your house and have them all synced up, which is kind of crazy. Now, one of the first things I noticed with these speakers is there's a tiny lag. So when you try to play any music, there's gonna be some lag before it starts playing. And according to the manual, that is because it is syncing and buffering all the audio so that there's no difference, even a millisecond of difference between these. So obviously when you have 3 speakers playing the same thing, you want them all to be perfectly synced up. So that's why it buffers for just a second when you hit play. So let's do that right now. So you saw that little buffer. That's about it. So let's see how these sound. All right, guys, real-time troubleshooting here. I had some issues getting all these synced up with the same volume, but I think we should be good now. Let's see how this goes. can actually feel that bass here. All right, I turned the volume down just a bit. Let's see how it sounds now. Sounds really good. Wow. Okay. This sounds really good, guys. This is oddly similar to like a surround sound speaker system because all three of these can be aimed at you a little differently. So the way that your ears process the sound, it's kind of like a surround sound system. This is really cool, guys. Once I got the volume synced up between these three, everything was better. I mean, that took me maybe 5 minutes to troubleshoot max. And once I did that, everything was good. The way I fixed that was just making sure all three were connected and just manually going up and pressing volume up on each of them to max. And then once I got them all maxed out, I could press volume down here and they would all go down the same increment, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to try out doing a software update on these because I don't know what version of firmware they came on, but these have the ability to update over the air, which is really cool. Now they are opt-in, so you have to manually do this. So if you're happy, you don't have to do any updates, but I want to see if they have anything out there right now. So let's go ahead and do that. Looks pretty easy to do. All you do is press and hold all three buttons at once. So let's do that. All three are pressed and it is searching. I think I can let go and it's green. So that means it's actually doing an update, I believe. So let's let it do its thing for a minute and we'll see how long that takes. Do the same for the next one here and see what we get, if anything. This one is also doing an update. All right. And the last one here, we'll press all three at the same time and let go. And we will see if there is an update for this one as well. Yes, there is. Now, the strange thing is that these are kind of blinking green, but in the manual, it does not mention blinking green at all. In fact, I'll show you guys right here. It says steady green means that the firmware is updating, but it's blinking and there's nothing for blinking green. So not sure what that means. I'm guessing it's still doing the firmware. Maybe it's just downloading it or something. And just in that amount of time, it is already blinking blue. So we are good to go on this one. Let's check the last one here. And it is also blue. So we should be good. These should be all updated. Let's do one more software update check just to see what it looks like when there is none. Actually, blinking blue might not have been done with the update. So I may have screwed this one up. We're going to see what happens. Because I also don't see one for blinking blue either. So interesting. But the cool thing is anyone can use these speakers. So if you have brothers and sisters that might hop on and play something funny or inappropriate, just be advised of that. Anyone can use them if they are on the same Wi-Fi network. So that means that you likely can't use this when you're remote, if you're away from home, but again, why would you? There's no phone call support, so keep that in mind. No limit on Dio Node. So you could purchase a bunch of these and set them up throughout your entire house for relatively cheap compared to competitors. Now, will the sound quality be as good because these are a lot smaller? The drivers in them are smaller than some of the big competitors. That remains to be seen, but I will say that the sound quality is actually pretty good. All right, so the lights on these are now off. So let's try to play something here. And it looks like we might have the same issue here. These are not the same volume. So I'm gonna have to go through and make sure they all get to the same again here real quick. All right, guys, I got them all synced up. So they are going. And I'm gonna listen just a little bit more to get a final verdict on the sound quality. All right, so I think I got a good, well-rounded opinion on these. So here's the thing. If you are looking for an easy setup, no Bluetooth required, and you just set it up and forget it, this is the one you're gonna want because there's no crazy, out of range Bluetooth stuff. If you're in your house and you're connected to Wi-Fi, you can use these. That is epic. That is something that if you have a bigger home, like I do, sometimes Bluetooth can't reach from one end of the house to the other. I've got a bunch of walls in between. It just doesn't work as well. These are connected to Wi-Fi. So it's AirPlay, super seamless. If you have an Apple device, that is the sweet spot. If you don't have an Apple device, you probably don't want these. So you can probably turn this video off. They have notices on their website that these really only work well with Apple devices. So you need an iPhone or an iPad. Now on the top of these, you guys can see you got plus, minus, and then the play pause, the little Dio button right there. Front is just a clean mesh grille. So this can blend in with pretty much any decor because it's a nice matte gray color. So I think these will look good in pretty much anyone's house. They can just kind of blend in the background and they're not very big either. You can see this compared to my iPhone 15 Pro here. It's not much bigger. Back literally just has two stickers, says Dio, and has a little LED, and that's it. The bottom does have a little grippy thing, but I mean, these are super simple devices, but they get the job done and everything seems to work great. On top of this, these can be used alongside other speakers, and they have a whole list on their website if you want to go see what those are. Sonos, Bose, JBL, HomePod. So you can use those alongside these if you really wanted to. Now let's talk about audio quality. Obviously, these are smaller devices, and if you just have one, it sounds fine. If you have three, it sounds really good for the size of these speakers. I can actually hear the bass, which is cool, and it doesn't seem very muddy or anything like you usually get with smaller speakers. So they've really engineered these to sound good. Now, if you're expecting, exceptional sound quality from something so small, you probably need to buy something that costs 10 times as much as these and is way bigger. But if you're just looking for something that sounds great with just about any music, I tested rap, I tested this, I tested a few other things off camera, and they all sounded really good. I think these speakers work with a wide range of sounds. It's a very balanced sound, which is exactly what you want for these. So whether you're watching a movie, watching YouTube, or just listening to music, I think these will increase your satisfaction quite a bit compared to headphones or especially your iPhone speaker. I mean, this is night and day. I mean, this is so much better than any external small speaker that you could plug into your phone or use your phone. These are way better. And I think the best part is you can keep buying these and put them around your house, have a whole home setup if you wanted, and they work seamlessly. And you can easily choose which ones you want to listen to. You can listen to one of them, two of them, all three of them, 10 of them, 5 of them. You can select that in the AirPlay menu that I was showing you. And I think lastly, the best part of these is that there's no microphone included. These are relatively secure compared to others. Obviously, it's still connected to the internet, so keep that in mind. But no microphones included is a must-have if I'm going to be putting anything in my house. If you're looking for a smart speaker that doesn't have the creepy microphones, these might be the ones to get. And since it goes through AirPlay, everything's Wi-Fi, it just works across your whole house without the worries of Bluetooth. And another pro of using Wi-Fi instead of Bluetooth is that the audio can be lossless. With Bluetooth, it has to be, compressed a little bit to go over the Bluetooth waves because the wavelength's not as good. If you're using Wi-Fi, you can stream anything you want if you can go over the Wi-Fi network. So with these, the audio is going to sound better than a usual Bluetooth speaker. They're pretty lightweight. They don't really get hot. They can be placed anywhere. So you could have one in your bathroom, bedroom, living room, family room, and you can choose which ones you want to listen to at any given time. Or if you want the whole home to have a little, nice music, maybe you got some guests coming over, you could do that as well. Overall, my verdict, these blew me away. I wasn't sure what to expect with these because, they're a Wi-Fi AirPlay speaker. You never know what you're going to get, but these, I can say these are awesome. I'm so glad that Dio reached out for a review on these because now we have a very nice Wi-Fi speaker setup that we can recommend to other people. Whereas before it was all just Bluetooth. I think these are the way of the future. So check them out. Link to them down below if you want to check them out for yourself. If you like the video, hit it with a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.